People, we're back at it again with a new stream. I'm excited for this race because the one detail that I messed up, I was supposed to change my helmet, but I forgot to do it. I left the Senna tribute helmet on, which unfortunately I'll be racing Montreal with it because I forgot to change it ahead of the race. So that's on my bad. But I will put there was a there's a special livery helmet that I wanted to put for this race. There's a special livery helmet that I wanted to put for this race. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just run the Senna Tribute helmet again for Canada, which is not a problem for me. But then the next race, which let me see. I might run it in Barcelona. I'm gonna think about it and see. So yeah, I really wanted to run that helmet in Montreal, but it's okay. So what's gonna happen is that I might have to just run it the next race because my dumb ass self here keeps forgetting to switch out a whole lot of things. Yeah, and like usually I thought like you can't switch it from here. Once you get to this stage of the proceedings, you can't switch helmets or anything like that. It sucks. Yeah, I have to do that before I click on practice one. So I honestly didn't even want to race with this helmet. I wanted to race with a different helmet, or even my helmet I was gonna run for the rest of the season. But it is what it is for now. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna run it next Barcelona. And what I'm gonna do at the end of this video, I'm gonna switch it. So yeah, let's hop right into this session. It's a rain session. Driving wet in Montreal is always a pain up the ass, man. I'm like, even in real life, the track is a pain up the ass to drive in rain. So like I've never personally driven the track in real life, but from watching F1, yeah, it's being said it's a pain up the ass to drive in the rain. So there's 30 minutes of practice, so instead of driving out, I'm going to do a race program, which I'm going to do the race strategy. And yeah, it's on intermediate tires. Why am I not surprised? So yeah, let's head out and do these laps, and then let's go from there. Welcome to Montreal, guys. Yep, welcome to my hometown, Montreal, Canada.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
For those who don't live in Canada or anywhere near Canada, this track is my home Grand Prix race, which is like about an hour or an hour and a half from where I live. Personally, I've never seen the track personally with my own eyes yet, but yeah, this track is like about an hour and a half from where I live. Love the track though, but it's not fun when it's wet. Alonso, come on. So yeah, guys, enjoyed these laps and enjoy the track.
Okay, I think the track's going to be drying out quite soon. Be careful you don't burn out your tyres. Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Hello to you, man. How you doing? Thank you for joining the stream today. I hope you enjoy. And welcome to my home track here in Montreal, Canada. So, hope you enjoy this. I'm excited for this, man. I love my home track. Whoops! Hit the wall right there. Am I gonna head into the pitch? Let's see. No, it's not the fastest time. It's okay. I'm gonna head into the pits anyways.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Alright guys, so that was the first race program that I did. There's about 15 minutes left.
Okay, so it looks like the track's drying out nicely. It's worth thinking about revisiting some of the earlier programs to see if we can improve on the results.
Everything is wet up until like end of quality, bro. Seriously, everything is wet, which is mad. I can do this, but I don't know how it's gonna work. Cause we're on soft now. That's crazy. We switched to freaking soft tires, not even hard tires, which is mad.
Okay, don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace. Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Yo, fam, the car is being extremely promising in Montreal. I kind of understand my pace going dead because obviously I'm out of gas, but like still, I still have very good pace. The Delta is only good because I don't have any gas in my car, so makes sense. But I have very good pace this weekend. Which is great. Great pace means good race for me later.
The weather's improved quite a bit now. It may be worth considering retrying some of the earlier programs to see if we can get better information.
Let's try this race program one more time and let's see it.
Okay, reminder, a neat way to recharge the batteries by lifting at certain points when you feel you can and by gentle braking. Try those this lap and see how you get on.
I'm going
Okay,
to...
on this test I want you to focus on managing your ERS. It's really important for our overall race pace, and so a reminder that you've got modes to play with in your MFD. See how they feel for you and see how different modes drain the battery.
Let me check out something before something gets crazy. I just want to do this one perfect. Port, where is it? What button is X? Okay. Alright, home stretch. I gotta send this thing back up. All the way back up to purple. I don't have time to reset, I just have time to redo. I lost the green delta time at the end, that's why. This never goes where I want it to go. Either one line is up and one line is down. I never understand it. See, the delta is purple, but the line is purple, but the delta is red, which just pisses me the fuck off. Like, why is the delta fluctuating that much, man? You know what? Because of the fluctuation of this, I'm gonna just go around. I doubt I'm gonna get it on the third try. Apparently I'm too slow. Bro, this thing just pisses me off, but like, what the fuck? Honestly, I'm not even gonna finish it, bro.
Okay, the
I'm going
static
shit.
over the radio. Say it again.
I'm not finishing that, bro. I'm going straight in the box. Fuck it, bro. Almost every track I go, I have
This
problem
lap
with
then.
this thing.
Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Now the delta time wants to get better when the thing is low.
Well, program over, but that wasn't much help to us, I'm afraid. We need to run it again.
No, I'm not running that again, and there's not enough time anyway, bro. Screw it, bro.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute 12.9.
Yep, I'm at the top of the table. No, I'm not. I'm P5. I'm P5 right now. That's okay. There's about 1 minute left in practice, and then after this, I'm in ahead to qualifying. So that should be a lot better. How many laps I did? I did 12 laps. That's probably why. So yeah, guys, stay tuned, and we'll see what happens after. In 40 seconds, we're going straight to qualifying, so stay tuned. Alright, guys, that's the end of practice. Let's head right into qualifying.
Practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Yep, let's head right into qualifying. This should be fun. I'm excited for this.
It is time to go qualifying in Canada. A historic track. Looks simple, it's anything but. Welcome to Montreal.
Okay, guys, this is quali. Let's head out. And I believe this is a wet qualifier because from what I did see before, I saw rain for qualifying. Okay, it's a dry qualifying session. Man, even in the game, the weather's bipolar as fuck. Like, I know y'all clearly saw on the chart where it said, like, heading towards qualifying. like it was gonna be raining, right? Okay, sorry guys. There's a small interruption here. The wheel disconnected for a second because I was using the controller. I had to disconnect everything because the because yeah, the controller not the controller but the steering wheel disconnected for a second, but it's reconnected now, so I'm good. Because when I use the buttons on the controller, right, the wheel doesn't get activated, so I have to use the buttons on the wheel. Yeah, guys, like it said, the beginning of qualifying is supposed to be wet race. I was expecting wet track, not a dry track. Even in the game, the damn what is bipolar shit? Like, it's crazy. Welcome to Montreal, where even the F1 game has bipolar weather. I feel like it's gonna rain, but like by the end of like doing a improvement lap, that's when it's gonna rain.
Right, we're right on the cusp now. We've been pushed down to P11.
Let's see what happens when I go around on a second lap.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Alright guys, let's see how I did for the lap. Okay, my lap I did a 1:11.2 with the fastest first sector only, which is a 20.0.
Right, so our best lap so far, 1:11.2.
By the way, that's actually my track record on this track. Actually, when I did the time lapse, I did a. I'll tell you exactly what I did, because for the Grand Prix track, when on Montreal track, I did a time lapse. I think my time is exactly one
Track's
eleven
pretty
point
empty
two.
right now, lots of space.
Let me verify that right now. Okay, yeah, no, I did a fast lap here, but my fastest lap on this track right now is actually here. I did 11.2 with the fastest first sector. But when I did this time trial, my fastest lap was 111.6. So I really cut this down by a few hundredths of a second. Holy. Let me see. Yeah, I did cut it down by a few hundredths of a second. So yeah, guys, I'm not heading out for an improvement lap because I will be chilling because I did my improvement lap already. So enjoy. Alright guys, that's the end of Q1. Let's see who is out in Q1. So out in Q1 we have Logan Sargent in the Williams in P20, Alex Albin in the Williams in P19, so both Williams are out, and Kevin Magnussen in a Haas in P18, Valkyrie Bottas in a Kicksauber in P17, and last but not least, Nico Hulkenberg in a Haas in P16 as the last person in the bottom 5 out in Q1. So with that being said, both Williams are out in Q1 and both Haas's are out in Q1. Let's head right into Q2 and get another great lap. Enjoy. Guys,
Okay,
what
we've
a
only got one
marvelous...
lap of fuel remaining.
That was a marvelous lap. I did a 110.6. Wow. I shocked myself with that lap. Because that was a hell of a lap right there. I don't think I'm going to be running an improvement here, but because my delta time is still red, so my delta times keep going up, I will be headed into the pits after this straight.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Pitted too late, guys, but that's okay.
Right, our best lap so far, 1 minute 10.6.
So yeah, guys, I did it. Like I said, I just read out my time already. I did a 110.6 with the fastest sector 1 and the fastest sector 3.
Okay, it's pretty quiet on track. We should consider getting out there now.
I did a 20.0 in sector 1 and a 28.0 in sector 3, with Max having the fastest second sector, which is a 22.3, and his lap time is 10 is 110.9 with a gap of 335. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm excited for this race though.
The speed trap, 356.6 kilometers per hour.
Alright, so yeah, stay tuned for this. I will try to do an improvement lap, so right now we're just chilling, enjoying the lap times. I'm excited for this race, and man, where's the rain? It said 10 minutes, man. Like, very bipolar weather in the game, bro. Extremely bipolar. Alright guys, time for this improvement lap. Let's see what I make of this lap. I'm excited for this. Let's do it. Q2 will be done in like 45 seconds or 40 seconds, so enjoy it.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Understood. Stopping this lap.
Not a single flipping improvement. Waste of my time. Alright. That was the end of Q2. Alright guys, that's the end of Q2. I'm excited for this. Let's head right into this and see who is out in Q2. So out in Q2 we have Joe Guan Yu in the kick Sauber. Shocking, George Russell is out in Q2 in a Mercedes in P14. Wow, okay. We have Pierre Gasly in an Alpine out in P13. Daniel Ricciardo in a Visa Cash App RB in P12. Yuki Tsunoda in another Visa Cash App RB in P11. So both RBs are out in Q2. And let's see who's in the top 10 shootout. We have Esteban Ocon, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, and myself. Let's head right into Q3 and get pole position for the race. Let's do it.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Something was off about that Q1 because there's no way I went around like clean like that and then dropped to P2. How? The lap was fully clean. I had one bump at the end of I had a bump at the end of Q3 right at the World Champion, but that wouldn't have pushed me in P2. Like, what the fuck just happened? So I restarted the whole session because there's no way I got dropped down low from a minor bump. So let's redo this again. Lance Stroll getting pole position in Montreal, man, the day that shit happens is that the day I'll become a Lance Stroll fan. For him getting pole position at his home race, I'll become a Stroll fan by the end of the day, by the end of that race. So you tell me that one bump at the end of Q3 hitting the wall of champions cost me that much time and I got pushed into P2?
Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change.
Fuck? Damn! That one bump in the wall of champions made me lose so much time I lost P1. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Nah, that was, damn. Because of that one lap, I lost so much time. That's why I restarted and I redid the lap again. I'm like, the hitting the wall made me lose so much time. I lost P1. Damn. I don't even know what my lap time is because I wasn't looking at it on the time sheet. I wasn't looking at it. What did I get? Okay, I did a 110.6 with fastest sector 1, which is 20.1, fastest sector 3, which is a 28.0. Okay, I'll take it. Stay tuned, guys. And I'm currently on provisional pole as we speak, so stay tuned.
Another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So guys, that was it. That's the end of qualifying. I was on provisional pole and I did get pole position, so I'm very happy about this. Let's head right into the race right now, so let's get into this.
Qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the
I'm
big
excited
race
for
tomorrow.
this.
Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Yep, definitely a fantastic race for sure. This is exciting. I'm excited for this. All right, let's do it. This should be a great race though. Alright, so let me just switch one thing really quick. And then after this, we'll head right into the racetrack. So guys, enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think. Enjoy the race.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. A 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 190 miles per hour. 2 DRS zones, 14 turns, tight corners everywhere you look, and a very narrow track. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Henry lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Ocon, Stroll, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Gasly, Russell, Joe, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Bottas, Magnussen, Albon and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. It is going to be some race today. I'm Alex Jakes. Joining me is Naomi Schiff. Well, they're having a better time than their teammates so far this year. How do you keep that momentum going?
Yes, for sure. It is never nice to be on the receiving end of that teammate battle, to be the one not winning. But for the driver who is on the upper hand, it's a real confidence boost because, as you know, the first job in Formula One is to beat your teammate. It is a team sport, but at the end of the day, that's the only driver on the grid that's got equal equipment to you. So it's the best indication of how you're doing. So for them, it's going to be a real confidence boost.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring their planned strategies are all in place.
Alright guys, enjoy the race. I'm excited for this race. Home race, baby. Gotta get the win. So, enjoy the race, guys, and I'll see you guys at the end of the race. Or if anything crazy happens on track. Enjoy.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.9 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind, 5.1 seconds. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, mate, your lap times are all over the place right now. We've got to have consistency. Come on, we can do better than this. Okay, mate, that last lap, 1:13.8. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Box, we're coming in this lap. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, don't worry about that target for now. We can work on a new objective later. Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. Okay, mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this. The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 6.5 seconds. Keep managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Tyre condition still looking good. So you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried, just some bad data. So keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. Okay, mate, I'd love to see a bit of aggression, but not like this, mate. Come on, let's keep it clean. pack, that's P1. Piastri's behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 4 laps remaining. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys!
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
So that's it then for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they have hung on to take a sublime victory here today.
And you can just see how much this means to the fans as well. The energy that they were giving the driver all day today. A race win at home feels like 10 race wins elsewhere.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They've performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. Well, that certainly was an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
So yeah, guys, I might need to change up the way I do the audio, because not the audio, the AI, because what I realized is, like, with controller I had a different problems. I had more difficulty driving with a controller with certain level of AI, but with those AI level the way it is, driving with a steering wheel, it feels like I'm driving faster. So like the difficulty is low, because I've noticed it with multiple races. So right now I am 112 points ahead of Verstappen. I have a two. I have 239. He has 128. Constructors went up. It's 336 now, and the gap is 158, with McLaren only having 208 points. Let's check out the highlights, and then from the highlights we'll head right into the back of the screen to tell you guys about what the next race is going to be. So enjoy the highlights. It might be a little boring, not too sure. Maybe a little bumps and crashes in there from me specifically, but enjoy. Yeah, guys, hold on. I'm gonna double check something right now. I need to go all the way to the last lap because something kind of threw me off there a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, let me see something. Because I believe when I went on the last lap with Piastri, I I I almost lost it at the end of the race because he was so close behind me. Like, it's crazy. This is the part I want to see. Holy fucking shit. If he had a faster corner coming out of the World of Champions, I would have lost the race. Because look how flipping close he was to me when I crossed the finish line. Damn! He was mad close to me when I finished it. Because as you can see from here, this is me over here. Let me do a backtrack up right now. From here. Let me do it slower. This is from Piastri's view, by the way. Bro, he was so flipping close. Holy shit. Damn. That was really close. Yeah, look at the gap. The gap was 23. Jeez. That was so close. That was so close. So close. Well, I won the race, but I could have easily lost it. Seriously. But damn. Yeah, that was a race, alright. I got more work to do there. Definitely more work to do. My driving was a little bit crazier today than normal, but I don't know why, but it just is. Man, that was a race. The next race after this, we're going to Barcelona, aka Circuit de Catalunya, which is in Barcelona, Spain. Reverse that, Spain, Barcelona, because Barcelona is a city in Spain. Yep, Spanish Grand Prix. And to do it on camera, before I forget, go into driver's detail, customization, switch over, and like I promised that I will do, because this is a special livery, and I might run it for two races. Let me switch the helmet right now. Not that one. Where is it? There it is. I will be running this helmet for about 2 races. This one, I'm leaving it for Brazil. And then I'm after Brazil, I'll go back to my regular helmet. Or I might keep this one or go to any one of these. But the chances are I'll go to this for the next 2 races. or next few races, then go to Brazil like this, and then go back like this, and then go down again. But let's see. That is done. That's my new helmet scheme for the next race in Barcelona. I did it now before I forget it. Yeah, guys. So I might have to switch out something before for Barcelona because right now it's a bit tricky. Right now it's yellow, so I don't know if I should leave it or change it out yet, but we'll see. And yes, guys, I got another win so far. It's wins after win, which I'm happy. That's the goal of this season, is to get the most wins possible. Right now, I am up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm 10 races up right now, guys, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, so with that being said, let's backtrack a little bit and head back into the next race, which is the Spanish Grand Prix. So hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I know my driving could have been a little bit more smoother, but yeah, yeah, no, and like I said to you, like I said before, I might need to change my AI difficulty to adapt to the race wheel, because I feel like the race wheel is a bit more faster driven than the controller. With the controller, I had so much difficulty driving, but with the race wheel, it's so much easier to drive. So the AI level is not as challenging as it is if I was using my controller. So I may need to adjust them a little bit, but I don't know by how much. But I guess I would have to figure it out next season when I do. But and yeah, have a good night, good evening, man. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, Friday, for another Grand Prix race. So have a good night, good morning, or good evening wherever you guys are, and peace out.